Okay, so in this video we're going to make individual hydrangea flowers. What we're going to use is the hydrangea cutter. It's got 4 petals on it. I'm making these pink. You can make them whatever colour that you want. You get a nice lime greeny colour in them. You get blue ones, you get white ones, but I'm making a pink one. So you need your either a 26 or a 28 gauge wire. Cut the wires into 4. Once you've got the wires cut into 4, we're going to bend the end of the wire over to make a little tiny hook. You see, tiny hook. I've dyed my paste already, save a little bit of time. Small ball of paste, about the size of one of those little gold and silver balls that you get for your cakes. Dip the end of the wire into the glue, and then I'm going to push that hooked end of the wire into the paste, wrap that onto the hook and flatten it down. Okay, flatten that down, doesn't want to be too big. Then with your veining tool, put little markings on the top. You can use a cocktail stick or a veining tool. Make like a little cross shape on the top there. Just reshape it up. Okay, can you see that? Okay. So that's the actual centre there that we're going to attach the flower to. Oh, you need your rolling pin. Soften your paste up. Roll your paste out. And I'm only doing one at a time. If you roll too many out, the paste will dry and you won't be able to work it very well. Smallest cutter for these ones, and we're going to make 12 of these flower heads for this exercise. Okay, cutter on top of the paste. There we go, cut your shape out. Any paste that you're not using, I've got all mine in a plastic bag there, sealed it up. This paste does tend to dry out very quickly. So you must keep it covered at all times when you're not using it. Okay, so paste on my spongy pad, ball tool, go around the edges of the petals, just the very edges, soften those edges up. And when I say go around the edges, it's half on the edge of the petal and half on the spongy pad. Press down and you can see that it makes it nice and fluted. Okie dokie. So with a dry paintbrush, dip the end of your paintbrush into your glue, dot of glue in the centre of the flower. Now don't put too much glue on because you don't want it to fall off the end of the centre here. Push the wire through the centre of the flower. Okay, bring that flower up to the centre there, pinch it against it, and I dry it upside down. So there we go. Leave it like that, and you can put it into a cup and put it over the edge of the cup. I'm actually going to put mine onto some foam. So I've got my foam block here, push the wire into the foam block and just leave it like that to dry. So centre first, put the hook on the end of the wire, push the paste onto push the hook of the wire into the paste, shape it up, flatten it down, make like the head of a nail, if you like. Then put the tiny cross in the centre. Put that to one side, roll your paste out, cut your flower out, soften the edges of the flower with a ball tool. When you've done that, glue the centre of the flower and then push the wire through the centre and bring the flower up onto that middle stamen there. Okay. Leave it to dry upside down like that. If you stand it up the other way, it'll fall off. It's a little bit too wet and too heavy at the moment. After a few minutes, you should be able to turn it up the other way. Okay, but I'm going to leave that like that just for a few minutes, just to dry out a little bit. They do tend to dry quite quickly. So 12 of those. Okay,